The unexpected reunion. Camilla Ravenblack. As she slowly opened her eyes, the unfamiliar ceiling stared back at her. Groggily, she sat up, taking in the foreign surroundings. A sleek, modern apartment unfolded before her, and she rubbed her temples, trying to recall how she got there. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the adjacent room, and her heart skipped a beat. It was Ryan, her distant boyfriend, whom she had only spoken to over the phone for months due to their long-distance relationship. Mortification washed over her as she scrambled to piece together the events leading up to this moment. They had never discussed meeting up or living together. Their conversations had been brief and casual. The last time they spoke, they were still in different cities, and now they were sharing an apartment? Ryan's cheerful greeting only added to her confusion. "Good morning, sleepyhead. Welcome to our new place." She felt like she was trapped in a dream, unsure how to react or process this sudden turn of events. Overwhelmed, she stammered, "What? How? When did we?" Ryan's expression turned puzzled, and he approached her. "Hey, what's wrong? I thought we discussed this. I moved here for work, and I wanted us to start fresh, together." She shook her head, still trying to clear the fog. "We never talked about this, Ryan. I don't remember agreeing to move in together." Ryan's face softened, and he sat beside her. "I must have misinterpreted our conversations. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spring this on you." As the reality of the situation sunk in, she felt a mix of emotions: shock, embarrassment, and a hint of excitement. She had longed to be closer to Ryan, but not like this. Not without a discussion, a plan, or a chance to prepare herself. With a gentle smile, Ryan took her hand. "Let's start fresh then. We'll figure this out together, okay?" She nodded, still feeling a bit disoriented, but willing to navigate this unexpected new chapter in their relationship. She tried to wrap her head around the situation. Ryan got up to make some coffee, leaving her to process the sudden turn of events. She decided to take a deep breath and explore their new apartment, trying to make sense of it all. As she wandered into the hallway, she heard the shower turn off, and her heart skipped a beat. She hadn't expected to run into Ryan again so soon, especially not in his, natural state. Rounding the corner, she came face to face with a naked Ryan, dripping wet and grinning from ear to ear. Her eyes widened, and she let out a startled yelp, quickly covering her face with her hands. Ryan, what are you doing?" He chuckled, seemingly unfazed by his nudity. "Well, I was hoping to make a good impression, but I guess I overshot that one." She peeked through her fingers, her face burning with embarrassment. "Ryan, put some clothes on. This is not how I envisioned our reunion." Laughing, he wrapped a towel around his waist, still looking rather pleased with himself. Sorry. I forgot we hadn't quite, reconnected yet." As they stood there, awkwardness and laughter mingling in the air, she couldn't help but notice the sparkle in his eyes and the mischievous grin still plastered on his face. Despite the chaos, her heart fluttered at the sight of him, and she realized that maybe, just maybe, this unexpected twist could lead to a beautiful new chapter in their relationship. With a playful roll of her eyes, she shook her head. "You're something else, Ryan." He chuckled, pulling her close. "Hey, at least I'm consistent, right?" They embraced, the tension dissipated, replaced by a sense of excitement and possibility. Who knew what this new adventure held? But one thing was certain: it would be an unforgettable ride with Ryan by her side. As she teasingly traced her fingers across his wet chest, she couldn't help but notice Ryan's face turning a lovely shade of crimson. With a playful grin, she whispered, "What's wrong, Ryan? You look like you've seen a ghost." Ryan's eyes sparkled with amusement, and he chuckled, You're playing with fire, you know that? She raised an eyebrow, feigning innocence. Whatever do you mean? Ryan's voice dropped to a husky whisper. Look down, and you'll see what I mean. You've provoked the third leg, and it's ready for action. Her eyes followed his nod, and she gasped, her cheeks flushing bright red. Ryan's nether region was indeed erect, and she felt a mix of excitement and nervousness wash over her. Oh, I see, she stuttered, trying to sound nonchalant despite her racing heart. Ryan's laughter filled the air, and he pulled her close. As he held her close, Ryan's warm breath tickled her ear. Don't worry, my love. I promise to behave, for now. His teasing tone sent shivers down her spine, and she couldn't help but wonder what other surprises this unexpected reunion had in store. With a sly smile, Ryan guided her to the couch, and they sat down together, his arm wrapping around her shoulders. She snuggled into his embrace, feeling a sense of comfort and excitement all at once. As they sat there, she couldn't help but steal glances at Ryan's profile, his strong jawline and piercing eyes making her heart skip a beat. She was grateful for this unexpected turn of events, and she knew that this was just the beginning of a new adventure together. Ryan leaned in, his voice whisper soft, I think we've got some catching up to do. And maybe a few new memories to create. His eyes sparkled with mischief, and she knew that she was in for a wild ride with the man she loved. They sat on the couch, their lips inches apart. Ryan's hand traced the curve of her neck, sending shivers down her spine. She leaned in, her heart racing with anticipation, when suddenly Ryan's phone rang, breaking the spell. He groaned, frustration etched on his face as he pulled away to answer the call. Ryan speaking, he said, his voice husky with disappointment. She watched, her desire still simmering, as Ryan listened to the caller, his expression changing from annoyance to concern. What's going on? Okay, I'll be right there. He hung up, apology written all over his face. I'm so sorry, love. That was my gym. There's an emergency, and I need to go. She nodded understandingly, though her body still yearned for his touch. Go, I'll be here. Ryan kissed her forehead, his eyes burning with promise. I'll make it up to you, I swear. This isn't over. With a swift exit, Ryan left her wanting, the passion between them still simmering like a flame waiting to be fanned back to life. Ryan suddenly stopped. His eyes sparkled with a mischievous grin as he turned to her. You know what? Forget waiting here. Come with me to the gym. It'll be fun, I promise. She raised an eyebrow, surprised by the sudden invitation. Are you sure? I don't want to be in the way. Ryan chuckled. You'll be the best distraction I need. Trust me. He led her outside to his car in sleek, black vintage Porsche 911. She whistled, impressed. This is a beauty. You don't see many of these around. Ryan beamed with pride. Yeah, she's my baby. Old but reliable, just like me. As they drove to the gym, the wind whipping through her hair, she felt a rush of excitement. The thrill of the unknown, the rush of adrenaline, and the company of the man she loved all combined to create an electrifying atmosphere. When they arrived at the gym, Ryan's team was in a flurry, trying to contain a burst pipe that was flooding the floor. Ryan jumped into action, directing the cleanup efforts with ease. She watched, admiring his leadership and quick thinking as he expertly handled the crisis. When the situation was under control, he turned to her, grinning. See? Told you it would be fun. As Ryan turned the key in the ignition, he paused, his eyes locking onto hers with a sultry gaze. He leaned in, his face inches from hers, and pulled her close with a gentle yet insistent tug on her hand. She felt her heart race as he claimed her lips in a slobbery, passionate kiss that left her breathless and yearning for more. The world around them melted away, leaving only the two of them, lost in the intensity of their desire. Her pulse raced, her skin tingled, and her soul soared with the promise of their love. But as suddenly as it began, the moment vanished. She opened her eyes to find herself alone in her bed, the memory of Ryan's kiss lingering on her lips like a ghostly whisper. Disappointment washed over her, but it was quickly replaced by a sense of hope. She realized that her dream had been a reminder that their love was still alive, waiting to be rekindled. A smile spread across her face as she felt a surge of strength and determination. She knew that life would keep moving, and she would keep waiting, but now she had a renewed sense of purpose. She would hold on to the hope that one day, she and Ryan would be united again, their love burning brighter than ever. With a sense of peace, she got out of bed, ready to face the day with a heart full of hope and a soul that knew that true love never fades away. The end.